A memorable U.S. Open now in the history books.
All right, joining us now to recap the action from New York, the Big Apple, is Mike McIntyre, host of the Matchpoint Canada podcast. Absolutely one of the best tennis podcasts in this country. Mike, it's always good to talk to you. Before we talk about the Canadian representation in New York, and it was impressive and some really amazing accomplishments, we got to talk about the men's final yesterday. Carlos Alcaraz, when the rankings come out this morning, will be the #1 ranked player in the world. He deserves it after that win yesterday. Your take on that 4-set battle?
Well, how about these two guys who have just taken over the tennis world on the men's side since the retirement of Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal? And we talked about the big three. Now we've got these big two because all they've done is trade majors for the last 2 calendar years now. And Alcaraz is only 22, Sinner is 24, and they've already established themselves as some of the greatest all time in the game. So I just wonder where they're going to take the sport next, because every time they play, they seem to just elevate it and crush the ball at levels that we've never seen before. Alcaraz won the French Open back in the spring. Sinner replied and won Wimbledon in July. And now here we are with Alcaraz once again finding a way to defeat Sinner, his big rival, to get the U.S. Open. And it's just fantastic tennis to watch for anybody who loves the sport.
It really is. I even remember yesterday opening up my phone and it seemed like everyone was watching this match, just kind of weighing in and excited. Yeah. On the women's side, Sabalenka, I mean, what an incredible story for her as well. And what do you think she kind of learned from her match in Wimbledon that she applied to the U.S. Open for the weekend?
Well, it's amazing how quickly these players can adapt, and they go back and they've got all sorts of video footage to rely on, and all sorts of coaches and tacticians and mechanics coaches to help them make the slightest of improvements that can put them over the line to get a big win like this. And Sabalenka, who's been the world #1 now for over a year, won plenty of big titles. She just showed that experience again in her win over Amanda Anisimova. And I remember watching Sabalenka for the first time 6 or 7 years ago at the National Bank Open in Toronto and just being so impressed with the power that she possesses. And now she's got the consistency as well, and she's really showing that she's going to be potentially one of the great players that the sport has ever seen as well.
Yeah, she's got some dominant potential for sure. Okay, let's talk CanCon now, Mike, because it was really a great tournament for Canadians, particularly Felix Auger-Aliassime on the men's side and Gabby Dabrowski in the women's doubles. You pick where you want to start, because both are equally deserving of conversation this morning.
Well, it's great that we got a couple of Canadian storylines, Nick, and you and I have been talking for years now on the show, and it's been a while since we've had a Canadian go deep in singles. But on the doubles side, Gabby Dabrowski really has been a rock for Canada. She gets her second U.S. Open title alongside her partner, Erin Routliffe, who has Canadian parents, although New Zealand is her country of citizenship. And so I feel like it's 2 Canadians winning that title. They complement each other so well. Gabby's 33 years old, but shows no signs of slowing down whatsoever. She just got given the key to the city of Ottawa, where she resides, and for good reason. And she's unlocking her best tennis right now at the Grand Slam level. So fantastic to see her once again being the last one standing in women's doubles.
Yeah, it's so much to be proud of. I'm also, thinking about the storyline, so much disappointment with Victoria Mboko not getting very far. I know there were some concerns with her wrist. Have we heard anything more about how she's doing and what the plan will be for her recovery?
Yeah, well, I hope she's just going to take it easy for a little bit and make sure she's 100% before she gets back to the court, because tennis is such a grueling physical sport. And although she's only 19 years old, just 2 weeks ago, she's already dealt with injuries in her career. And we've seen it time and time again with our athletes, from Bianca Andreescu to Milos Raonic. You've got to prioritize that schedule. And when you're young, it's tough because you just want to go out there and keep playing, getting those ranking points. You're excited to be a professional tennis player, playing at that level for the first time. So I hope her and her team sort of take it easy and make sure she's ready to get back to business and have a successful end of the season. And just to go back to your previous question as well, I think I skipped over Felix. What a great run from Felix Auger-Aliassime to get to the semifinals of a major for the first time in 4 years, and really remind us that, after Sinner and Alcaraz, there's some really great players out there, and he's certainly one of them.
Yeah, he's got game, no doubt about that, and we'll see what happens. I think Felix has sort of developed and learned a lot here, so we'll look forward to more from Felix. We'll look forward to more conversations with you, Mike McIntyre, host of the Matchpoint Canada podcast. Always appreciate this, Mike. Thanks.